numerals with the lights that display the sectional information. Some of the globes are out, so we'd better check the sectional elsewhere. Okay, 8, 9, 7 and 2. Girl of Illuminaire did not see out the 1400, that's for sure and certain. Lady K did, and here are the totes. Number 8, Lady K, 680 and 230. Number 9, second, Kessia, paid $12.50. Number 7, Viejo, third, $3.90. Quinella, $274. Exacta, $251.40. The trifecta, $2,779.50.
Right, Ian, thank you. Danny Beasley continues on his winning way. 680 and 230. Kessia, $12.50 and Viejo, $3.90. Quinella 274, Exacta 251, Trifecta 2,779. The winner, Lady K, really didn't do Sri Lanka much good. For about 100 metres at the top of the straight, she was on the outside of Sri Lanka, and she just had that mare a little tight in behind other runners, and I got the distinct impression Sri Lanka didn't want to stretch out in restricted racing room, and it was only when Lady K got out of the road that Sri Lanka started to hit top gear, and she was doing her best work in the last 50 metres. Might pay to overlook it. Well, Brian York has pulled up stumps and moved his 592. Now for the last word on the race coming up at Doomben.
New favourite on course is Mr. Goldflyer. Slalom, the tote favourite, has been a big drifter. He's really blown like the north wind, and support for Mr. Goldflyer to run favourite on track. Just on a pretty steady, as is Go Quillo and Real Boy. Just about ready now. Here's Just Honor coming up to complete the lineup. Slalom at $3.20 is the favourite from Mr. Goldflyer at $3.90 on Super Tab, but it's the other way around on course. Slalom, a big drifter. All in now, set to run. This is the Coolalinga Welter. Lights flash. Stand well. Racing now, beautiful dispatch too. Indigo Rain jumped okay. Blazing Sun immediately heads it, and Slalom got away very fast. In the early stages, Mr. Goldfly drifts back, and he's going to settle third from last. 1,200 left to go now. Blazing Sun by a half length to Slalom, who'd gone up into second placing comfortably. Moving up fast on the outside, Real Boy, and Go Quillo's going with it too. They're both caught wide and improving. 2 lengths to Indigo Rain, now back fifth, and then New Trader. 3 lengths Mr. Goldflyer, another 3 lengths then to Jose Legra, and Just Honor's last of all. Pace aplenty, and Real Boy had gone round the field at the 800 to lead. Go Quillo second, Blazing Sun now third, and Slalom fourth. 2 lengths to Indigo Rain fifth on the inside, followed by New Trader, Mr. Goldflyer. About 3 lengths to Jose Legra, and last of all is Just Honor. Swinging for home, Real Boy at the 550 from Go Quillo. Slalom's been right behind them. He has had a beautiful run. Blazing Sun is next over on the fence, and then Mr. Goldflyer coming with a run around the outside of New Trader, and then Indigo Rain and Jose Legra from well back with a run. Mr. Goldflyer sprinted fast, and he's gone to the lead. Slalom can't get clear from a pocket. He got pushed right back through the field, and Mr. Goldflyer's away. Leads by about 3 lengths to Jose Legra. Just Honor's running on down the outside from last, but Mr. Goldflyer, it's been a long time between drinks, but he's raced 4 lengths to Jose Legra, Just Honor, and Mr. Goldflyer came away to give Brett Preble a couple of wins early in the day. Mr. Goldflyer by 4, Jose Legra, Just Honor, then Indigo Rain, the luckless Slalom, followed in then in the back of the field is Go Quillo and New Trader, and then came Blazing Sun, and Real Boy has dropped out to finish last of all. Well, the market suggested we'd see some improvement from Mr. Goldflyer today. That's his first victory since the 31st of March last year, and he's come from the back in a very fast run race to whip round the field and draw right away. He's won it by 4 or 5 lengths on the line. Second placing goes to number 7, Jose Legra, Noel Kello, and third to number 2, Just Honor, ridden by Jade DeRose. 8, 7 and 2. Fourth in was Indigo Rain, and fifth was number 1, Slalom. Well, he'd had a beautiful run, Slalom, up until the home turn, and at that point of the race he just got pocketed away. Real Boy and Go Quillo had gone round the field mid-race and given him a trail. But then they were his undoing, because he just got carted right back through the field. When he should have been going forward, he was going backwards, and in the interim Mr. Goldflyer had shot away from them, and he has won impressively. I think he's really enjoyed the sting out of the ground this afternoon. 8, 7 and 2. Tate Dividends, Mr. Goldfly, 370 and 160. Jose Allegra, $6 and Just On It paid 210. 370, 160 to win a $6 second, 210 third. Quinella paid $62.40. Exacta $93.80, the trifecta $540.30, and the running double 4 and 8 $36.60. 8, 7 and 2 in 123.95. Yeah, very comfortable win there. Comfortable win for Mr. Goldflyer. Appreciating the fast run race and the slow ground. And Brett Preble racks up a couple of early winners. The first 2 flat races to be Preble at Flemington today. Next on the card, the Australian Lamb Company handicap takeout number 5, 1,000 drinks. And in race 5, they'll all start. Got all details then on race number 3, race 4, starting the quaddie from Flemington at 2:25.
Right, Greg, thank you. And a winning double to Brett Preble from the 3 races run so far. Well, Damien, the horse has a little blood in the mouth. On arriving at the barrier, the vet is using a towel there to try and mop up that blood so he can see where it's coming from. And it's possible that this horse, Troll, by the way, can't see it at the moment, might have hit his head on the starting gate and loosened a tooth. That's the most likely scenario, but this resident vet is just trying to mop up the blood so he can see where it's happening. There's the horse in question, Troll. Not taking too kindly to having a full-size dry glow shoved down his throat, and who would be? Firenza favourite $2.60, Hydrometer $5.20, More Than Fair $8.50, and Cobber Muse $8.70 with Prickly at $8.90. We'll get a ruling on this horse Troll in just a moment. The others are getting in well. Now Flemington with correct weight, Mr. Goldflyer $3.70, 160, Jose Allegra $6, Just On It $2.10, Quinella $62.40, Exacta $93.80, and the trifecta $540. Let's go to Hilton Donaldson, who might be able to tell us more about Troll.
Neptune Island goes in. Troll to come up. Some sort of adjustment to its bit or tongue was made a short time ago. The big value here, clearly, is Cobber Moose. Was popular on track, was the favourite on course, Cobber Moose. And now right into 480. 3 kilo weight turnaround under the set weights and penalty scale here of the yellow cab group plate. Walter Brown, the previous race that they raced each other in, the 2 and the 1, was a handicap race, but the 3 kilos penalty here for that win for the filly, 52 plus the 3. So some say Cobber Moose can turn the tables, at least most on track do. But the good money also has come for Hydrometer, one of the 2 Leon McDonald trained runners. Just about ready. Prickly, a first starter, Rares. Trialled well, racing, beginning very slowly. Prickly and Troll was out fast with Switch Bill, More Than Fair. Forenza booting along the inside, and Cobber Moose is going fast soon after the start, and Neptune Island. So it's Neptune Island and Cobber Moose together. Forenza holds the rails. 4th is Troll right on the speed, and then Hydrometer inside of Lawson Storm, followed by More Than Fair, Switch Bill. A further 4 lengths away came Carnatic on the outside of Prickly. So the first starters at the tail end of the field. 6:50 to go. Neptune Island a half to Cobber Moose. 3rd Forenza, 4th Troll, and 5th Hydrometer. Only 3 off the lead. Lawson Storm on his outside, yet to be called upon, followed by Switch Bill, More Than Fair, then Carnatic, and last on the inside is Prickly. On the turn at the 400 in the yellow cab group plate, and the pilot is Neptune Island from Cobber Moose, going okay. 3 wide Troll, 4 wide Lawson Storm. No run Hydrometer nor Forenza. They can't get through. Then Switch Bill and More Than Fair let go down the outside. At the 200, Cobber Moose went to the lead. Oliver can't get through on Forenza. Trolls after Cobber Moose. Hydrometer's through the centre, coming now. Here's Hydrometer going to Cobber Moose. Then Troll, More Than Fair, and the unlucky Forenza, but Hydrometer. Hydrometer's won it ahead. 2nd Cobber Moose, 3rd Troll, just over Forenza, who has a hard luck story in that race, followed by More Than Fair, and then Lawson Storm, a better run again from Neptune Island, Switch Bill. Then Carnatic and Prickly towards the tail in 110 and 83. Hydrometer, ridden by Jason Holder for Leon McDonald. This colt, who's had 4 starts, he ran 5th in the Magic Millions to Milkshake. He's been freshened up. And he's come back to win, and he got through that. He got the run that Forenza and Oliver were going for. It was Holder and Hydrometer keeping him in, but really over the final stages he's zipped away. Forenza did hit the line hard, but couldn't get that run that the jockey was seeking. Hydrometer number 3 by Geiger Counter from Spirit of Oakbank, who's been a great producer. Raced by J. Dawson, K. May, J. Worthley, S. White, H. Vogel, F. Moore, John Cameron Smith, B. Caruso, Mr. and Mrs. R. Stanton. You can see on the head-on Forenza right behind the horse in the orange cap, Neptune Island. It's Cobbermoose in the red cap going to the lead. Holder keeping his line there, keeping Oliver in on Hydrometer. He gets the run. Forenza can't get through. It does come now, but you've got to realise that Hydrometer's put that sprint in from, say, the 200 to the 150 and really got away then. And I don't think Forenza, had the horse got through, would have been able to test the winner anyway. 3-2.
Evander $10, Baghdad 13, Beryl 5.20, Sharia 16, Prince of Play 5.90, Zabara 16, Monologist at 27, and over the page to Marcellina Scratching, Carabine 23, and Oma Wind at 18. Back to Wayne Harris with his thoughts on the race coming up.
Thanks, John. I'll tell you what, there's been a couple here that have been well backed. Alibaba, the favourite, he's done everything right at the moment. He's
The previous to Lady K beating Kasaya and Viejo. Second race to Trillion Delight beating Impreza and Straightback. And the first, a very impressive win to Rare Inside by a big margin, defeating I'm Smitten and Mammoth. Race 4, and here's Ian Craig.
Thank you, John. And Alibaba, the firm pick here, 260, 150. You wouldn't get that in the ring, the 260. And there has been a move at long odds for number 11, Oma Wind. Right, Brendan, thank you. Yes, a move for Oma Wind at longer odds, but the firm favourite is number 1, Alibaba. So number 1, Alibaba, 260, 150, and Oma Wind, number 11. One of those old-fashioned type plunges here. They bet triple figures on track at the beginning of betting, and it's come down to just under double figures. Oma Wind, so must have worked well. It's only had the one start. 3rd of Feb, a Sunday meeting at Canterbury. 8th in a field of 12 behind Full On Magic, beaten 5.5 lengths, written by Tony Marty. Rob Thompson riding this Maroof colt today for John Shord. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. So top and bottom, certainly the interesting runners. Alibaba under the 61, looking to make it 5 on the trot. He's won 4 out of 6 in 2 seconds. Anyway, we'll soon see how the horses fare. Previous Lady K was the winner, ridden by Dan Beasley, beat 9 Cassia, 7 Viejo. Baghdad, the inside runner, a stablemate of Alibaba. And they're all ready, and they're off this time, and they broke in a nice line. Alibaba jumped quickly, but they got to post him very, very wide. And Shahryar leads early, going up into second. Posse as they settle down. Zabara in third, about 2 lengths away. Prince of Play, followed closely then by Oma Wind, Baghdad, Beryl, and then Alibaba. Monologist is very wide out, and a good margin, Carabine and Company with Evander down the side of the 700. And here's Zabara leads clearly now, a length and a half on Oma Wind with Shahryar the fence, a length and a quarter to Prince of Play, and then comes Alibaba very, very deep, not as wide as Monologist, followed by Baghdad, and further back is Beryl, Carabine, and last is Evander as they come to the corner at the 500. And Zabara shows the way out of that form, a good mare, Vaindara, and Zabara straightens up, a length and a half on the plunge horse Oma Wind. Shahryar's third and Alibaba's next, and the rider's got the whip on the top weight. He's still giving something as they come down to the 300. Evander's made ground, and so too Beryl. Forget about Oma Wind, and Zabara still in front. Baghdad got up on the inside, and then Beryl, Shahryar and Evander, but it's all Zabara, and Zabara's too good for them. Zabara beat Baghdad and third Evander, followed by Beryl, Shahryar and then Alibaba. A break to Oma Wind, and then Carabine, Prince of Play, and Absolute in the field was Monologist. Zabara, ridden by Mark de Montfort for Jack Denham. First up since the 23rd of December. And impressive there, leading pretty well all the way. Out of Vaindara, who was placed in a golden slipper. Behind Masqué, if memory serves me correctly. And by Zabeel. And yeah, and she's by Vaindara. Raced by Wally Truscott and Mrs. J.V. Denham, wife of the trainer Jack. And this gelding looks as though he's got a pretty bright future. Number 7, Zabara, no numbers up, has paid $9.40 and $3. And the second and third placings, Baghdad over on the inside is one of them there. We'll have the full numbers coming up in just a moment. Baghdad will pay $1 and well, more than that, 360. And Evander, number 2, has run third, just in front of Beryl. 7, 3, 2 and 4. They are the official placings after race number 4 here. Zabara M. de Montfort, $9.40 and $3. Number 3, Baghdad, ridden by Danny Beasley, has paid $3.60. Number 2, Evander, ridden by Darren Beedman, $2.80. And number 4, Beryl, has run 4th. 5 was 5th and 1 ran 6th for the Superfecta. Time was 1:10.55. Record is 1:08.85, and the sectional run here was 34.80. Baghdad did a good job. That was his second run back from a spell. And Evander, he promised a lot, Evander, and that was his first run since the Geelong Derby trial, and he got home nicely. So that's the story of race number 4, and Alibaba may be anchored by the big weight and the wide draw. He was forced to cover a good deal of ground. And Oma Wind, in the ring they bet 150 to 1, and it ended up at around about 9s, I'd say. And it was up there, but certainly was a spent force.
Right, Ian, thank you. Well, you won't find a better bred horse anywhere in Australia today by Zabeel out of a wonderful race mare, Vaindara. And as Ian said, she was runner-up to Masqué 20 years ago in the 82 Golden Slipper. Mark de Montfort rides from time to time for the Jack Denham stable, and good to see him booting home a winner here. Mark de Montfort is a very, very good rider, and who rides longer than many of his contemporaries, as you can see there. In this era, very short stirrup leathers. Mark seems to ride 4 or 5 holes longer than most of the others, and tells me that he's very comfortable that way. OK, now we've got an interview coming up.
Waits, and Taylor Dane is the third elect on course. Now Zadoring's rider has a black cap. This is American Graffiti coming in now. Frangelica's locked away, rider with a white cap and a black cap on Zadoring. There's Gold Lottie now going up into the lineup. Past the Skies is going in. Here's Pelatash coming up. Big run at Bendigo where it missed the start. Just pulling away from the line here. It's a difficult race, and that's the way it's shaped up on the betting boards as well. Fairly open event. Gold Lottie, a drifter on track, but still retains favouritism. And she's got 60 kilos on board. Certainly the class act in the race. Freshened up nearly a month off, dropping back from 2,000 to 1,400. It's an essay that's not often accomplished. A couple of riderless ones here, Pelatash and also Ducks of the Class. These two riderless horses coming up into the line now. Pelatash and Ducks of the Class. Pelatash's turn. And goes in. Luke Nolan about to climb back aboard his one ride for the day. Night Chaser coming in now. Unlucky at its only run at this course and distance. Another one that's been freshened up. Here's Taylor Dane moving in the green with the white V. Now Night Chaser. Not too far away from a start here. I can see Skyworth and Tantat Star still away from the line in company with Zadoring. Previous race was won by Mr. Gold Flyer. Unfortunately, Slalom bled in that race. So apart from having bad luck, he also had a bleeding attack. And Real Boy, who finished last, bled, and that was his second occurrence. So it's the finish for Real Boy, sadly for Connections. Race 2 was taken out by Cousy, beat Roehampton. They're both heading to Adelaide, and the first one by Bill Tim, who's likely to head to Warrnambool for the Gallywood. But a steeplechase career awaits him later into the winter. Now they're all in and set to go. Lights flash. The all clear And they're away. Babe Zaharias blew the start down in gate 1 and settled last of all and passed the skies, one of the first out. Zadoring jumped away quickly and is up second already as they settle down from American Graffiti, pushing up on the rail to third. Then Ducks of the Class. Taylor Dane is in 5th placing, caught a little wide, and Tansat Star also wide, bursting forward to get up into 3rd placing now. In behind them is Skyworth, and they're followed then by Pelatash and Gold Lottie, who's over on the rails. A length and a half to Night Chaser, Frangelica and Babe Zaharias is last of all. Zedoring the leader out towards the 800. Tantat Star a length away second. Past the Skies third on the inside, and Taylor Dane now getting a good trail fourth with cover. A length and a half American Graffiti being trailed by Ducks of the Class, Skyworth. Night Chaser coming wide in the orange colours, and they're followed by Gold Lottie, Pelatash, Frangelica and Babe Zaharias on the outside last. They corner now, and it's Zedoring from an outside barrier on the rails, leading into the straight ahead of Tantat Star. Past the Skies third. Wider out now, Taylor Dane coming with a run. And then American Graffiti, Ducks of the Class and Gold Lottie battling away only at the moment. Inside the 300, Zedoring in front. Past the Skies after it with Tantat Star. Taylor Dane can't go on. Night Chaser is charging down the middle of the track now. Zedoring being tackled by on the outside now. Night Chaser and Past the Skies. Past the Skies just in front and might have just won it. Past the Skies, I'd say, from Night Chaser. 2.5 lengths away in third. Tantat Star ahead of Zedoring, and then Taylor Dane. They were followed further back in the field by Babe Zaharias, and then Ducks of the Class, Frangelica, American Graffiti. Gold Lottie never going to win. Skyworth is well back in the field, and Pelatash last of all. Judge will call for a photo here. Past the Skies and Night Chaser fighting the race out, and number 10 gets it. Past the Skies, written by Brian Park, trained by Cliff Brown. 3-year-old filly by Hurricane Sky from Fast Duchess. Second goes to Night Chaser. Vincent Caddy charged home, looked the winner at the 200, but just couldn't peg back Past the Skies. And third going to number 4, Tantat Star. So it's 10, 3 and 4. 10, 3 and 4. Fourth in was number 13, Zedoring. And fifth home went to number 12, Taylor Dane, in 124.9. So Past the Skies, an upset win, 52.70 and 13.70. I was just thinking as they went to the stalls how long it had been since Brian Park had a winner in town. I'm sure it's a fair while. I just can't bring one to mind. This horse won very impressively in maiden company at Wangaratta at the start of this preparation, but it seemingly lost her way with finishing 8th, although not far away at Sandown, and then it was pretty average, I thought, at Ballarat last time out, beaten about 5.5 lengths. Admittedly, that was a leader's track that day, and she wasn't able to get into the race. Different situation this afternoon. Good win by this big, strong filly, just scraping home ahead of Night Chaser, and third place going to Tantat Star. Gold Lottie running favourite, but never comfortable, never travelling like a winner, and the best she could manage was a midfield position. Taylor Dane, after being caught a little wide early, did battle away towards the end of the race. Okay, big start to the quaddie if you found it, and a lot of people do in a race like that. They go nice and wide, and it's going to be a big quaddie no matter what happens. Past the Skies has paid $52.70 and $13.70. Night Chaser $3 and Tantat Star paid $3.10. $52.70 and $13.70 for the winner. $3 for second, $3.10 for third. Quinella paid $330.50. The exacta $545.10. The trifecta $10,915.50.
Well, that was as close as they come. Past the Skies getting there by a breath over Night Chaser and Tantat Star. The Quinella 330, exacta 545, and the trifecta of beauty 10,915. As Brian Park comes back on the winner Past the Skies. Now, Gironde was having... Welcome back, and we're getting close to a start at Rosehill Gardens, but firstly with correct weight at Flemington, 10.34, Quinella 330, exacta 545, and the trifecta 10,915. Well, Nanny Maroon has been